Well, this is the cabinet restoration project. Just getting the whole cabinet system here in the on the boat. It had a fiberglass type fridge, and it was all insulated in there, and I just couldn't believe how much space that took. I think it was put in after. It wasn't done very well. It was hard to reach into, and where the seams were, like, I couldn't get it ever cleaned because it was made of fiberglass and it wasn't perfectly smooth. So I'm thinking I'm going to put in a stainless fridge, and I also didn't want it that big. I probably just need a small thin sliver of a fridge, so I'm just kind of looking at this, whether I move something, I don't know. This is where the sink went. This would be the pantry. The freezer was in the middle, and then that was drawers, but the drawer mechanism took up the entire space, so I didn't have enough cabinet space. And then over here on the back, there's like a 1.5 foot inset where it's really difficult to get to. Really glad to get that thing out of there. It was a real pain in the butt. Basically, it was just there's so much insulation. Once I got the insulation off, it was all right. I was able to pull out the whole box. And yeah, so signing off. I'll keep making some updates as I go. Okay, this is the I think the second attempt with the underwater cam. I just wanted to be able to see the repair work that I did earlier in the summer, but because of the algae bloom, I literally couldn't see anything like a foot in front of the camera. So later in the season, the algae's breaking up. It's looking a lot better. You can see a little bit of algae growth here on the rudder. But right to the right side of the screen, I had a blister, which I dremelled out, and then I filled with a West Systems epoxy filler, and made a nice compound. So that looks like it held out really quite well. And I'm not really seeing anything in there. And the noise you hear, actually I filmed this with the engine running. I also wanted to just double check the prop, make sure it looked all right, but it seemed to be fine. Keel repair looks pretty good here. Nothing peeling back. All looks good and nice and solid. Alright, so I've been working on a project here. I just finished installing these lights. I got LED lights, and I'm just going to show the difference here. I'm just kind of working on a fuse panel meter installation. So I got this meter online. Right now, these lights are drawing 3.4 amps. This is the original fixture, and that is drawing 0.1 amp. And then this is an original fixture with an original bulb, and that is drawing 2.2 amps. And that's 4 lights on, plus this one. Yeah, give me 1 second. So this original light bulb is the incandescent bulb. So that is now drawing 0.9 amps at 12 volts. So I picked up this 4 light pack of Tento lighting, 12 volt DC, 3 watts, 250 LMs, cool white, because I found that I could not, they're pretty bright and they're just slipping in there, and I found that I couldn't see well enough at night, so I just wanted more lights. And then I've been converting these fixtures over. Like I said, you can see that one LED in there is 0.1 amp. So all of these ones are a little bit more, but they're 0.9 for 4 amp for 4 lights at 12 volts. Yeah, so I've been converting them. What I did is I drilled some holes up in the ceiling here, and I used I've got a router. So I used a DeWalt router bit just to make some, and a little bit bigger because I only had a 2 1/8 inch hole saw on the drill. So I just kind of went around to make it a little bit larger. And then these are spring clipped in. So all I need to do now, I'll just push this in here, is basically slip that in underneath, slip that one up here, and then find this way, make it flat so it goes up. There we go. So now I've got pot lights at the top of my sailboat, and I can tell already that there's a lot of difference in the lights. So now I found the main lead to the lighting. So what I'm going to do next is just put in an additional switch in here, this one here, which will be for just the LEDs. So I'm going to keep these fixtures, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to 3D print some more modern looking, slimmer design, and I want to recess in these same pot lights, because these things are so old. I find them temperamental. See, just touching them. So the switches aren't very good. That one over there doesn't work at all. That one over there works. That one over there works. The one in the back works, but that one over there, I have to jiggle to get it to work. So these are original 1975 fixtures. So that's a quick thing. So I just basically joined in the power, and then I fished just some lines, and I think I'm going to get 2 more for the back corner, so I'll have 6 here in the cabin. And yeah, so that's my project, and this is what they look like finished. Yeah, you're right. So I got working on an LED conversion project. These are Tento 3-watt 250 LM bright white LED lights. So basically like a little diffuser, but what I liked about them was they're pretty thin, and you can see I don't have a lot of space in between the roof and the or the head of the thing here. So what I've got was I have one power source here. So I'm going to be installing this LED dimmer and light switch, so I can have an independent switch that'll be here just temporarily until I get something that'll fit down here, but I just want to test it. And then what I did is I used this light here as the main pull line, so I brought one feed to here, and then from here I went for lights, and then I've got another couple more, and then I'm going to put in as a second phase. I just wanted to make sure that there was enough light when I turn them on. And then on my meter here, I'm able to actually check the current voltage, so I think that these ones work about maybe more efficiently here. So here's the actual light itself, and the other ones you can see. So I've got 4 lights running. That's what they look like. Yeah, actually I am pretty happy with them. With my running lights, the bow lights, the stern, the anchor, and the mast light, I was actually drawing 5 amps, which is what this one panel can do. So, and that's with full sun all the time. So running my lights at night required 72 amp hours, and I only have a 100 amp hour battery. So that's my next project. Actually, I'm going to be changing over to lithium ion, and then getting ready to change my engine over to electric. I'm going to be going with an electric motor, and I'm going to try to get about 400 to 800 amp hours is what my goal is with lithium ion batteries. So we'll see how that goes next. But anyways, I just want to give you guys an update on this. Actually, these are really cool. They cut my power draw down by immense, so from 5.5 amps to 1 amp basically. I think it was 0.9 or 1.2 kind of when they, but running they were about 0.9 amps when I watched them for a while, and that's a huge difference for 4 cabin lights. Yeah, that's my update. Check this out. I got a little dimmer switch here. So here's my mood lighting, or my cabin lighting, cabin mood lighting. I guess it's nice and calm, a little intense, nice and calm. So these things are dimmable. 0.7 basically on, so pretty low amp draw with the light dimming. So tonight I'll be able to test them out in the dark, just to see the difference. So I'll do one last update tonight. Alright, so it's the last sign off here for the light project. Just wanted to show the lighting at night. This is with the dimmer switch, so it's pretty black. And this is about how far down I can get them. So they're pretty faint. You can definitely still see the light in it, and I can see like everything in the room. And but they aren't flickering or anything. And then just like a little bit more. My dimmer switch is a little sensitive here, and then cranking it up. That's actually how bright they get. And at full brightness, it says it's drawing 0.7 amps. And I just have this temporarily set up here, but this is actually the dimmer switch. And all the way down, it actually turns it off. That way I can control the lights separately. So I have another one on order, a touch switch here that you kind of go like this to turn it up and down. So I'm going to install that there for the lighting, but this is just temporary. I think I got that from an LED light strip kit. So I just chopped the ends off and just used it there. So that's it. Just wanted to sign off. Nice and bright at night. And I don't usually keep it up at full brightness because it's way too bright. Bring it down to here. And then I'm not drawing enough to register. So yeah, it's a big deal, or a big improvement. So signing off until next video. For the galley update, I finally got the countertop installed, and as you can see, some running water. I installed a 12-volt water pump that was based on pressure underneath the counter. And I covered the counter with epoxy. As you can see, I did a mixed color marble kind of finish. And the hole cut out there is actually for the induction cooktop. I wanted to go with electric after reading up on the propane and dangers of fuel and all that. I said, you know what, I'm just going to go electric, which will tie into my electric motor. This is the final view. Nice stainless steel trim. It works great, and yeah, no chance of explosions. First startup in a week and a half, I guess. It's been sitting here. I haven't gone out because I was away. It's the Atomic 4 engine. The engine noise was kind of drowning out here, so just going to do a voiceover. Basically just talking about the difference between electric and gas. The electric is so much smaller. It's about a tenth the size. It weighs 35 pounds instead of 550 pounds. I will have some batteries in behind, but I'm also going to free up the fuel. So all of the fuel tank gas systems that comes out will be freeing up some more space as well. One advantage is the alternator and the electric components of a gas engine. When it's running, you can generate power. You can't do that with an electric motor, so that's one drawback. But I think that overall the fuel savings and environmental noise, pollution, all that kind of thing